Morning, it's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today is Tuesday, 3rd December 2024. Please note, I am not a SEBI registered advisor. If you like this kind of analysis, please like, subscribe, and share, and bring in a few more friends. It will help us to grow. Here we get some qualitative analysis which may not be there in other podcasts. So here we discuss what happened yesterday and what's likely to happen today. So there is one saying in the market called Bhaav Bhagwan Che. It's a Gujarati terminology which means price is God. And yesterday it was in full display. Now, price is God will mean it could be for the moment, it could be for the day, week, month, and for longer time. So yesterday was a classic case where it showed price is God. The reason being that in the morning yesterday we were faced with this 5.4% GDP. There were a lot of talk that we will have a downward circuit or even a 3% drop. And what we saw on Friday will fizzle out because Friday the markets were down. Thursday the markets were down because of the Adani fiasco. Friday they fought back. That was the one case of the Bhaav Bhagwan Che. And so with people said today the market, that is yesterday, the market will fall. But lo and behold, that did not happen. And we saw the markets uh, coming down in the morning, 150 points, and from there they rose. So there was a range of about 300 points between the low, which was around 24,000, to high, which was around 24,300. It closed almost near the high at 24,276. So many a times you see the market discounts the bad news or the good news, as the case may be. So yesterday was one classic case where Bhaav Bhagwan Che, came into play in a big manner. So, okay, what has happened yesterday? Yesterday was Nifty advance for the second session. That is what I said on Friday, and yesterday, Monday, Ultratech Cement stocks did very well. Apollo Hospital also did well because I think of the Aster DM deal with some other company, of course. Then the collateral beneficiary was Apollo Hospital. Nifty mid cap and small cap, they're in a completely different world of their own. Seven straight session, they were up. Nobody looking at them, but that is how the broader market is. Realty hit 1 month high. You had Godrej Properties, Loda, which did very well. Metal advanced for the second session. Pharma led by Biocon. I had mentioned Biocon yesterday that they have now they are turning the corner, especially with US FDA giving them approval after approval. IT advanced also for second session, and auto numbers made TVS Motors and M&M being the leaders. Energy advanced for the second session again. Reliance Industries and Coal India. Reliance Industries and the other refineries got a big boost when the government scrapped this, what is that called? Windfall tax. So that's gone. PSU banks, I think, slight nervousness because what will happen in the RBI policy, whether it will affect the PSU banks positively or negatively, there is some apprehension there, but I think it will get cleared by Friday. So that was as far as Indian markets are concerned. Advances being declines, 80s to 10. Volume was reasonably okay, not very high, but about less than 1 lakh crores. 1 lakh crores is just the norm. So it was yesterday was 98,000 crores. US created an all-time high. Markets are closed higher. Dow Jones, Nasdaq, everything did very well. Then it ended more than 100. Dow ended, more than 100 points, about 0.3% lower. It says, but anyway, I think it closed in the positive. Gold was okay, steady. 10-year yield was unchanged, and 2-year treasury yields, which is what people look at when the Fed controls the smaller end yields, not the larger, not the longer dated yields, which is 10 and 30. So what did FIs and DIs do? FIs sold, but in very, very less quantity. It looks like they have also realized that what numbers we got on GDP is old hat, and we should look forward. And I'm sure RBI will do something, and government also is doing something, which will come a little later. So what are the cues today? Dow futures are trading lower, it says, but Dow futures always does that in a bull market. the futures are slightly lower, and then when the market opens, they bounce back. So that is as far as the US market is concerned. This is basically about US market. Tech stocks extended gain because of Apple and Microsoft. Supermicro jumped 29% after the probe. There was a lot of panic on Supermicro, saying that that will go bust and that will bring down a lot of tech stocks, but that turned tail and went the other way, and therefore I think all's well in the tech land. And they'll people are looking in the US. This is all about US data. People are looking at for the job openings report and non-farm payrolls on Friday. So Friday is a big day. RBI announcing its policy here, and the US farm report. So now an interesting thing here about the government of group of ministers preparing the final report on the ensuing GST meeting in December, which is going to be held in Jaisalmer. And so they have they are looking at exempting GST on health insurance premium for non-senior citizens. They're also planning to reduce GST on packaged and bottled drinking water, and they're going to hike GST on shoes above 15,000 per pair from 18 to 28. I think what they're trying to do is a little bit of socialism, where they're hiking GST on higher priced components or the higher priced products. So 15,000 per pair. I've never bought anything more than 5,000 rupees. Even my running shoes cost only 3,000 rupees. So 15,000 is for some elite people. Or take about wristwatch with 25,000. Today, very few people wear a watch, and people who buy a 25,000 rupee watch, maybe they have to pay because they have to subsidize the common items, I think, which will go down. So they are planning a 35% as a new slab. So that is as far as the GST is concerned, health insurance. So that is a long-standing demand of the health insurance companies, and I think that will benefit the insurance companies. And then, as I said, there is going to be a special rate of 35% on tobacco and tobacco products. So that should be a negative for ITC and the tobacco companies. We have to see whether what it will do, whether really ITC will fall down, because ITC now is a conglomerate which has got interest across the board. Now, only about 40% of revenue comes from cigarettes. So that is on ready-made garments also. They're looking to put a higher GST, that is about above 1,500 and about between 1,500 till 10,000. They're going to increase the GST. Again, 1,500 per piece. Most of us buy things which are below 1,500, but the above 10,000 will attract a 28% GST. Very few of us actually buy products worth above 10,000 as far as ready-made garments are concerned. There is also a proposal to hike GST. Basically, hike GST on high-priced goods and reduce GST on the low-priced goods or goods which are for the common man. So this was the windfall tax, which I said on domestic crude. So therefore, windfall tax goes, then there is a sigh of relief for Reliance and other refineries. So today we open flat because generally the market is more under the bear grip, though the bulls are fighting for their lives, as I would say. And as we speak, I think things are not that bad across the board, and things should get better as days go along, leading up to the RBI policy. So we continue to be bullish. Yesterday we were bullish. We were resilient enough to hold our positions intraday, and the market rewarded us at the end of the day. Thank God for that. Today again, we would like to look at stocks in the banking sector, auto sector, and a few others, maybe even tech. We should look at it. Pharma, there are a number of sectors which are beginning to be bought. They're not very cheap, but they're reasonably priced vis-a-vis what their prices were about 3-4 months ago. A stock like Bata, which we hold, for instance, should benefit if the prices, the taxes go up on higher, higher price shoes. Bata doesn't have shoes with more than, highest could be probably 5,000. So we are going long. Please note that we are not a SEBI registered advisor. I repeat again. So whatever you do today, I hope you are successful. Thank you for joining.